RWBY is licensed and produced by Rooster Teeth and created by Monty Ohm. Please support the official release. Hello YouTube, Jack here with more RWBY Volume 8 this time around, since, well, you've read the title, you knew what it was going to be anyway. Yeah, I'm actually way behind on Volume 8 since it's been out for months at this point. Since early November or whatever, and now it's almost Christmas, so Merry Christmas to all of you people, or Happy Hanukkah, or whatever holiday it is that you happen to be celebrating. Yeah, any case, I'm interested as to where this is going. Excited might be a word, I generally don't know what we're gonna do from here on out. It's the gang sort of split up, well, not really, we're all together, but from Ironwood and the Aesops. And Atlas in general, I guess. We got a maiden now, and Penny, which I'm still super happy about, actually. I think some people had, let's call it mixed opinions, but I really liked it. Even predicted it on that front, because, it kind of reaffirms the whole she has a soul and all that thing, so I just kind of love that aspect of it. And my cat wants to go outside, which is fine, at least. For once, he decides to do it early and not in the middle of the recording. Be free! And of course, there's this tiny little tidbit of Salem's here, which is probably the one thing I am the least happy about. And I mean that from a storytelling perspective, because I was really hoping that Salem couldn't leave, because Ospen did some magic shenanigans or whatever, but guess not, because I'm just why haven't you just conquered the world by yourself? You're literally an immortal, all-powerful witch. There's nothing in this world that could technically stop you. You're technically speaking, you should be 4 times as powerful as any maiden. And even then, you will need to, all of them gang up. And even then, you're still immortal, so, why do you live in hiding? I don't know. The whole having humanity band together, I get that aspect of it, but still, there's no need to be all that subtle, right? You were literally a god at one point, sort of, in the celebrated one. Yeah, so that's kind of the thing that really dampers my excitement. But yeah, also, Salem has the Relic of Knowledge. And the one thing I would really love to happen here, just sort of the bet, would be, Salem calls on Jin. I don't know what she would even ask the question for, is there anything she doesn't know? Maybe where the maiden's at? I don't know. In any case, there are no questions left. I would love for that to happen. Because, it adds that, little, who asked the question? What did they ask? All the fun stuff. Plus, if you're at risk of losing the relic, just use the last question for something, honestly. It's probably better than Salem getting it. Yeah. So, that's the plans. I'm still hoping for Neo to stab Cinder, by the way. That's kind of one of the main things I'm hoping for, either Neo or Ruby would work too, but mostly Neo. I'm unhappy that Neo is working with Cinder in general, but we'll see where everything goes. In 3, 2, 1. The Rooster Teeth. New people! Unless that's Cinder, then old people. Which, all fair enough, because, Cinderella.
There.
You don't say! She's on a giant whale. It's not subtle at all. But intimidating is all hell, I'll give you that. They're landing pads. I love it! No, genuinely, I loved it. That's so disgusting. That's great. And that music. Mmm. Like, yeah, pick your sides here.
My queen.
Also, she got a new outfit because, like, why wouldn't she?
Cinder.
I honestly don't mind, it's just more like...
As my vessel for the maidens, I put my trust in you. So I trust that you wouldn't possibly return to me empty-handed.
The relic of knowledge. I took it right from under Ironwood's nose.
This is, like...
Outsmarting the general speaks less to your intellect and more to his. After all, you were outsmarted by those children first.
And according to radio chatter, that same general and his forces outsmarted you. A shame Watts never made it back.
I'm afraid the doctor was a necessary sacrifice. I do hope this little one doesn't become another.
I love how they just can't contain their bickering in front of her.
Neapolitan has some very useful abilities.
Also, is that like
to be a valuable asset.
the first time someone used her full name?
I do enjoy
Full name?
collecting assets.
Cinder.
New outfits! Because why not? Again.
Here! I knew you'd quiet.
I said it before, I don't mind per se or anything, but it's just kind of...
So devoted to someone so incompetent. While the good doctor and I were advancing the will of our goddess, dismembering the very body of this kingdom, you were merely atoning for past failures.
Polendina's creation interfered with the transfer of the Winter Maiden power. But now I know she has it. And once I return to Atlas, it won't take long to finish what I started. That power will be mine.
I've given no such command.
Ma'am, now is the time to...
I don't know what it is, but I love it so much.
It's mine. Just because you're more valuable to me than a pawn does not make you a player. Everything is already in motion. All you need concern yourself with is your ability to act when I tell you to.
Of course. Without you, I am nothing.
And that's the real point I question here, like, how strong that loyalty really is. Like, if you dangle the hypothetical power to, like, surpass Cell in front of Cinder, she would snatch it up in a heartbeat. Oh yeah, he's kind of been left behind, hasn't he?
Thank you.
You know, after the whole being shot and whatnot, but... Good guys? Yes! Yep, here they come.
I was stupid to think the general would listen. Every choice I've made was the wrong one. And now...
Well, welcome to Osmond's shoes, I guess.
We all did what we thought was best. I'm just glad you're all right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I see you.
Well, at least we might have some allies with the Happy Huntresses, no? Isn't shooting that thing down
Sector 3 is going to need them
the
most.
same as,
I'm
like,
sending
announcing your
them.
presence?
Fiona, do you copy? We need transport from Sector 3 to the crater.
Copy.
Oh, that's sweet.
When we heard you went off after Ironwood on your own,
How did you end up down in the slums?
Yeah, well.
Long story.
Well, not that long, actually.
Feeling there's been a few of those tonight.
Like, you know, he went down to the vault, got shot, fell down. That's pretty much it.
You're not going to tell them.
You and I aren't done talking yet. Where's Crow?
Morning, I guess.
I don't know.
Oh, well,
Last we
actually,
heard, it was
yeah.
Robin, but
All right. Your friend is back now. You ready to work? The largest Grim Horde ever seen is hovering over the tundra, and out there is a city full of people with no heat, and from what you told us, no more military protection. And while we're happy to give you guys a place to lie low for a while, it's time to get those people some help.
How? Ironwood is stopping all evacuations to Atlas, and we can't get them out of the city with Salem's forces surrounding us.
The crater, beneath Atlas. It's not safe,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's warm. And with everyone in one place, we can do a better job protecting them.
Or make a
it
bit
stand
buffet.
where you're needed most. We've got to get everyone down into that crater before nightfall. In the slums, we might have a chance.
we're never going to sleep again. I just know it.
Either you're helping, or you're baggage.
Well, yeah, all in all, quite a tough spot.
we need to get out there and do what we can for Mantle.
We need to do what we can for everyone. What about Amity? And telling the world about Salem? We can't do this alone. We need help.
Ruby's right. The Happy Huntresses are handling the evacuation better than we could. And there's a bigger picture. But Amity isn't even finished. It was still under construction.
I still think that thing's gonna be a
We
weapon.
need to launch Amity now.
We made decent progress on construction and fuel collection. All potentially manageable, but Amity was designed so that it couldn't launch itself without first being granted clearance from General Ironwood's terminal.
Ah, of course.
Ruby, there is no way Ironwood will cooperate with us.
But he doesn't have to. We just need the green light from his terminal, right?
You want to go back to the academy?
Actually, there is more than one terminal. The one in his office and one in the main Atletian military compound.
That doesn't sound any better.
Have to get into the compound somehow, then get inside the operations room, and then, oh boy, I might need to think about this some more.
And just to clarify, this is the easy option?
What you're saying is
Yeah.
it can't be done. It's pointless. And even if you got the message out, there's no guarantee help would come.
It's not pointless. Atlas is only Salem's current target. She's not hiding anymore, and once she's done here, she'll move on to the rest of Remnant. We need to warn them.
Ruby, when we came here, we said we'd follow your lead. But things haven't exactly worked out.
Questioning the leadership. Which, I mean, fair, but still.
You need us right now. That's something we can actually do.
But this isn't about just Atlas. Ruby's right. It's about all of Remnant. They need to know and
I love the little back and forth we have here.
feel what's coming.
Not with the arguments, but with the shot, the composition.
Get Amity up and running and evacuate Mantle.
But that's how Salem got this far, by dividing us. We have to stick together.
No. What Salem wants is to turn us against each other. Just like this. John has a point. We can work separately and still be united.
Or let me take the relic to Salem. And maybe she will call off her attack on the kingdom.
I don't think we can trust Salem to actually do that.
On that note, also, like,
Staff to create anything else. Atlas falls onto Mantle.
that kind of the point. Like, it's only floating because of the staff.
One thing we could all agree on.
Okay, then I guess we're going to Atlas. Can you help us get to that terminal?
I suppose someone needs to help you bypass security.
I'll go.
Man, she's down.
We can't risk...
I'll go.
Do what you gotta do. I'm going out there to see what I could do.
Gang. Go by the pharmacy. I was developing some new tools for you all before this happened. You're gonna need them.
See, I do like how the people only come in one by one here in these fast forward flashbacks. I don't even know which one's the present right now.
Actually believe we can do this.
Hey, we're still united.
I hope so.
I can get Pietro out to Amity to repair, but that doesn't answer how we're getting all of you up to Atlas.
I might actually have an idea for that.
That's a new one. Probably not a good one.
Hello, Penny. I'm worried for your safety. Tell me where you are, and I'll have you picked up right away. Atlas needs you, Penny. Salem is here.
She's not going anywhere until you change your mind about Mantle. There's still a chance for Remnant to...
Mantle? You're still worried about Mantle? Remnant is doomed, Ruby. Unless we leave, Salem will destroy Atlas, and with it, any hope humanity has left. We need to think about the future. If she makes it through her defenses, everything that follows will be on your hands.
Well, that sure is heavy-handed of you.
Sir, the prisoners have arrived. They're being processed in Stockade B.
On that note, I'm not like nearly as attached to Clover as many other people, so sorry for the lack of emotional breakdown.
Could you give us the room, please?
I'll be fine.
Thank you, Winter. I don't know what I would do without you. I've never...
Shoot her in the back, probably?
No one has ever seen a Grim Force this large before. The city's hard-light shields will hold, but not forever.
What will you do, sir?
Wait, you can't be in here.
This is absurd. Let us through.
I told you we need to speak to
I am
the
going to
general.
do everything I can to defend this kingdom.
What in God's name do you think you're doing, James?
No matter the cost.
That doesn't bode well.
Have you lost your damned mind? Are you that scared of what might...
Yep, nope, does not bode well at all. Sure speaks volumes, though, if you can't do that in front of all your little soldiers, and none of them even do anything about it.
For you. But first I need the one who can show me how. Bring him to me.
Oh! Oh! Does she not know? Now that's interesting. Also, I love like all this disgusting grim stuff. It's so great. Even got wings, that's awesome. There's so many awesome visuals in this, good god. Okay, this is awesome. I love it. Really, though. Oh, so good. What's there? Okay, love the credits and like the visual stuff, but I kind of have 3 more episodes to go through, so don't mind if I skip them. Okay. Oh, God, I still love it so much. See, this is why I don't like to rant about RWBY too much, because at the end of the day, I still love this goddamn show. Like, yeah, there's so much you can complain about or whine or like point out, plot holes, what have you. But anytime I sit down to watch the latest episodes, I'm just giddy. I'm excited. I enjoy myself. And that's just kind of all I'm hoping for. Sure, I can look back at the episodes later and be like, it kind of wasn't that great actually. It doesn't really change that I was super stoked while watching it. Any case, what do we get? We got a potential flashback to Cinder at the beginning. At least I'm most certain that it was supposed to be her. Since she kind of looked like her. I'm pretty sure she had like the yellow eyes, the amber eyes, whatever the color actually is supposed to be. And generally just the backstory we expect of her in a way, like, you know, powerless and whatnot, plus Cinderella, as well as the fact that it cut to her sort of just implies it, I guess. We might be getting more on that front later down the line. Neo getting a little bit shafted since, you know, she did the heavy lifting there, required the relic. Not much to speak up about because she can't speak, ha ha ha. But yeah, this is kind of the point where you pick your poison. Like, I get that she isn't exactly just about to join the good guys and all that, but doesn't mean that you have to actively work towards the end of the world. But oh well. After that, so Oscar was in the slums. Osmin's talking with him again, which kind of good since there's a lot of talking to do. I'm not gonna say like, oh no, people are keeping secrets, because, and this is like such a heavy topic that always comes up, not saying everything is not the same as keeping secrets. You don't have to lay yourself bare and reveal everything about yourself for the sake of trust or because you trust someone. Trust also means I trust them to keep their own secrets. The point is just like, there's a difference between not saying something and like lying about it. And I don't mean this like as a technical difficulty, oh, I didn't lie to you, I just didn't tell you. No, I mean like, here's the thing, I don't want to talk about it. And yeah. Any case, there was that. And again, I really like the cinematic aspect of the back and forth, like present slash future or like present slash flashback. Again, I don't really know which one was the present. And how like the scene always jumped back and the character like sort of stayed the same. There's a word for that, but I just don't know it. That was kind of like nice. And also like how the characters came in the future. I'm just gonna call it the future now. One by one as the group was splitting up in the past. It was just kind of nicely executed, I think. And of course, there's so much in the opening too, like the group splitting up and all that, and so much, and like Salem with her chess pieces as the Graham and Ironwood just kind of losing all his pieces. Oh yeah, speaking of Ironwood, he just casually shot a councilman, and Like, more or less how the people reacted to it tells you all that you need to know, isn't it? Like, obviously, they don't agree with it. They don't agree at all with it, but still they didn't do anything, because, you know, he's got the general, you are soldiers, you follow orders, you don't go against the chain of command, all that sort of stuff. It's like... And I'm pretty sure they realized that that might not have been the best option. But I just kind of love how much that absolutely made his point there. Like, he's in command, and people don't go against him. Don't even question it, like, that's just it. And of course, whether or not that remains for the future, we will see. Opening also showed, like, Winter with a new outfit, because at this point everybody gets a new outfit. Again, I don't mind, it's just kind of... It's just funny how it happens all at once. Every time you have an outfit change, it's like all the characters need to get a new outfit right now. That's just so great. But anyway. Yeah, what else? In the in-between stuff, they split up. And then we had the flashback to Ironwood, of course, and Crow and Robin are sort of like prisoners right now. So, there's that bit. Not too sure what's going to happen with them. And captivity or whatever. Like a bit of bonding perhaps between the two of them. Not in a shipping sense, but that's not gonna stop the shippers. But, you know, just get acquainted. What else was there at the end? Was there more than just them splitting up? I'm actually not really sure right now. Opening. Yeah, no, Ironwood shooting, then we had all the stuff. Especially Penny. Penny's like sort of depressed right now in a big way. Which I guess is fair, since she kind of just like betrayed her kingdom that she believed in. Like, that's gonna hit her a lot harder than most other people. Wise too, in a way, since, you know, she has to go against literally her sister, whom she idolized quite a bit and all that. But yeah, tough stuff for everyone involved. With that said, let's get into episode 2 in the 3, 2, 1. Actually, it's gonna start off with the opening, if so I'm just gonna skip it. Yep. I mean, I like the opening, but I don't need to see it like back to back over and over and over again. So here we have created by Monty Ohm, and we're just gonna start things off here. And the 3, 2, 1, go.
This is your fault. You realize that, don't you?
Well, so much for bonding. Also, I'm surprised they allowed them to keep that.
To bring people together, to give them a chance at a better life. But you...
Me?
Oh, him! Never mind then. He's here too.
May not be clean. At least I am not a murderer.
He didn't kill anybody. And I'm not gonna stand here and be lectured by some snake with a mustache who helped that man tear us all apart.
Yes, well...
Ah, he's here too.
I suppose we're all stuck in it together.
I just love that they just put them together here.
Speak for yourself. I know the right people. I'm sure Whitley has reached out to my legal team and will have me out of here before you can say...
I love how delusional he is, and the cowering is just great. Like, obviously he's delusional, and he's not gonna get out of here, plus the whole kingdom's kinda going to hell.
You've already caught me.
I'm sorry, I just love the dynamic of these 4 people together. It's just so great, even though Crow is not contributing to the discussion.
Being able to do anything.
We can do something. We can kill the man who put us here.
With still no word from General
Okay.
Ironwood, Mantle citizens are frightened and perplexed by the sudden withdrawal of military personnel, especially given the massive Grim Horde outside the kingdom. I've never seen anything quite like this. It truly feels like the end of days. But the Atlas Eye is committed to updating the public until our dying... Hey, wait!
Yeah, just don't.
Of Mantle, General Ironwood has abandoned you. but we have not. If you can hear this, gather any food and supplies you need to stay warm, then head to the Mantle Crater. The Grimm are starting to make their way back into the city, but we can hold the line if we all come together. If we don't, well, you've all seen what's waiting for us out in the storm. It's time to show your teeth, Mantle.
Well, you know, at least she's asking for an orderly evacuation.
Alright, the others are definitely missing out.
That's a bug, isn't it? Yep. I didn't actually like watch the trailers, but that one somehow I caught at some point somewhere. I mean, like the teaser footage. Don't try that, please.
Only take what you need.
The crater? Are you sure it's safe out there? Absolutely, ma'am.
Definitely not, I mean, but yeah.
Heads up!
Nice, I guess.
Way better than a hoverbike.
Have the Grimm already pushed this far in?
No, I think those were more from last night. Still. Ren! If Jean hits you with his aura amp, think you can mask everyone?
We can give it a shot, but it is a lengthy trip through Mantle.
He seems agitated, doesn't he?
No, that's a great idea. We'll have a Grimm-free journey all the way to the crater.
Do we really gotta shack up with those animals down in the slums? I'd feel a lot safer being up in Atlas.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. But the people up top have decided you're not worth the trouble. The Faunus, on the other hand, have been willing to lend all the help they can, regardless of whether or not you deserve it.
That said, you know, you can like...
I'll just go get our things then.
Ah, great extra. Like, you know, if you don't like it, just feel free to stay behind.
Don't want to go to the slums. General Ironwood said we were going to Atlas. You're setting a bad example with those kids.
It shouldn't be this hard getting people to just cooperate.
Need to yell at me, but it's fine.
And yet, it's something I'm becoming increasingly concerned about.
You know, I really don't need your additional commentary right now.
You all have every right to be upset. Especially you, Oscar.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You two really need to talk, like, a lot.
I'm not upset that you left. I'm upset you came back. I started to feel like me. Not the same me I was before all of this, but the me I always wanted to be. I felt like I was actually part of the team.
I understand. But even though it may not have felt like I was with you, I was never truly gone. You're gaining control of my remaining magic, recollecting my longest held memories, which means our two souls are still on the inevitable path to becoming one.
That's such a crux. I feel like so many people like write this as, or see this as Osmond taking over rather than a merge. I mean, I don't know what the outcome's gonna look like, but still.
Hey, you good?
It's just a lot to focus on.
You can do it, Ren. We're almost to the crater.
I don't need a pep talk. I need to focus.
Right.
We need to find a way to work together. Not just the two of us. All of us.
I mean, absolutely. If you want to make it out of this alive.
All right, come on.
Thanks again for coming.
Don't mention it. Once Robin learned about Amity Tower, she wouldn't shut up about it. Wherever she is, I'm sure she would want us doing what we can to get it up in the air and get the world talking again. Besides, Fiona's got your friends helping out in my stead.
Yeah, again, I'm pretty sure I will stick with it. That's not a communication tower going up.
Are you sure this is safe? Snowshoe Shipping is an SDC subsidiary, meaning all the drones here report to the company, not the General. The pneumatic tubes allow for dust refined in the crater to be sent straight up to Atlas.
Okay.
We just need to find the one for the military base.
Are there any buildings in Atlas that your family doesn't own?
That isn't relevant at the moment.
Like, you know, just gifted horse and all that.
Hey. I do not like it when friends fight.
I know. Yang and I might not agree on how best to save Mantle, but...
No. I mean Winter. The General. They were our friends.
Yep.
Then the Aesops attacked you. And the General, he said people were going to die. Because of me.
That was a lie. And he was only saying it to hurt you.
I was the protector of Mantle. But now, I am much more than that. And I wish I was not.
But you're still you, Penny.
I dig Penny character development. Always appreciate it.
Thank you, Ruby.
I found it.
I suppose there's...
Plus, you know, I shipped the two of them hard, so...
Our secret weapon and my semblance, you all couldn't be in better hands.
That's super neat. Thank you for that.
Use this thing. It should be simple. If you lie back in the tube and press launch...
Why would you just do that?
No, Crimson, I need you and your team over in Sector 11.
I also feel like generally that's not something that's made for people.
You're doing great, Fee. Robin would be proud.
I feel like you should be doing this after flexing on the news like that.
God, I love these semblances.
The word out. Besides, it seems to be working. Where's this group coming in from?
That would be Sector 7.
You cleared 7 already. That's great. To be honest, I wasn't sure how you'd be doing without all of your teammates.
Well, as you can see...
That hit a sore spot.
Where are you putting everyone?
We're working to get most of them settled in houses or other shelters. A large portion of the community is also trying to get old mine shafts into a livable condition.
We've got a lot of people to keep warm. Looting the SDC refineries is our best source of dust. Fortunately, no one's getting arrested during the apocalypse. Just knowing those Grimm are circling out there doesn't feel great.
Yeah, it's like kind of literally a looming nightmare.
We got another fight breaking out.
Crap. Thanks, Uncle. We'll handle it.
I'll handle it. You've got enough to worry about.
Fiona, Crimson again. We spotted a decent-sized group of Grimm moving in from the east. Can't take them with all these civvies.
Oh, for crying out loud.
I love that semblance. I have no idea how exactly it works, but it seems super awesome.
Did he say east?
Also, you've just been eager to punch something for a while, haven't you?
Ready?
Neat.
Okay, Fiona. That's one more problem taken care of.
Good, because we're getting reports of more Grimm coming in from the west. The huntsman there could really use some backup.
Okay, we're on our way.
It's all the negativity.
Can you like actually help the official huntsman? Well, I guess huntsmen would actually be soldiers.
We're not finished.
All right, we need to hurry this up and take.
Okay.
What just happened?
They ran.
Nothing good ever comes from that, yeah.
What were they running?
Do Grim run from other Grim? Damn, that looks painful, oh my god. Oh yeah, right, the Bloodhound. I actually forgot about that one. Damn! I love the fact that we're making Grim, like, kind of terrifying again. That's generally one of the main things here.
Wait! It's using Oscar as a shield!
But Grim aren't that smart.
That's not the point to question it. Like... Like, just straight up copying Planet of the Apes, but I love it. Oh, I'm loving this thing. So much.
What do we do?
Well, save his ass, I hope.
We're not gonna make it. What? What kind of emergency? You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
That's so awesome, though. And, okay. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. Concept art, I love it, but yeah, again, kind of... If I can shave off a couple minutes here, I'll take it. Oh god, that grid was so awesome, though. Oh, like just a savage beating that Oscar that got. That's the kind of thing, like... That's sort of what I was hoping for from Grim, because so far they've always just sort of come across as big beat sticks. Like so many of them, like especially the early Grims, you have the Beowulfs, the Ursa, the King Taijutsu, whatever have you. They are all kind of just like big animals that like did something. Except they never really did much because they always just kind of got beaten. Felt relatively easy. And you know, we got more interesting ones, sort of with the Nakulavi and especially, of course, the Apathies. Like Nakulavi kind of like at the end, so a bit sick, but it was kind of more creative about it. First of all, it had a lot more terrifying design to it, and like the inflated, the arm stretching stuff, it was something more creative. And like that Grim, putting all of the stuff that happened later aside, just the fact that we saw a bit of a savage beating there, that helps to establish. If we had seen a Beowulf do that like early in the show, it would have definitely established them as more of a dangerous thing. Because like they just don't feel dangerous, especially since the entire initiation process at Beacon was being thrown into an entire forest full of these things, and just like that was initiation. So what have you? Doesn't feel that dangerous then. Yeah, the whole Ozpin being back thing again. I don't know what their soul merge is gonna look like at the end, but they always use the term merge. So that's generally the way I see it, like Oscar's personality taking on Ozpin's memories and like the muscle memory. We talked about all that. So like if you have all these memories, it's gonna shape you as a person, but every time, like when you read fanfiction or something like that, it's always like a hostile takeover from Ozpin. That's always how it's portrayed, and definitely in the flashback to Ozpin's past, we also kind of had that. Like the first Soul, when he like met up with Salem again, it kind of was just Ozma, with like the other body just kind of pushed to the side, the other soul pushed to the side. So it's like a wacky process, but still, to me it's always like they called it a merge, so I imagine it as a merge and not as a takeover. But anyway, he's kidnapped now. Of course, Oscar being brought to Salem would be interesting, since, like, I mean, she can kill him. She wouldn't really care too much about it in the end, I think. But yeah, she wants the information more than actually kill him. Plus, you know, killing him would definitely set them back a whole lot, if nothing else, so it's definitely an option. Can't rule that out, so probably not as interesting as I imagine it, because Oscar actually doesn't have any real bargaining chips there. Since dying would be an acceptable outcome. Still hoping for that no questions left thing, if it ever happens. What else? Yeah, the group's splitting up. But, like, definitely a sore spot for both Yang and especially for Ren. Yeah, I don't think he's ever actually split up with Nora. From Nora. I mean, like, we kind of, like, hinted at this in the previous volume. They had a bit of a rough spot with their, like, how to interpret everything. As before, I love the RWBY Penny ship. In terms of shipping, I'm not particularly favoring one over the other, usually. Like, it's sort of the thing where I accept everything in fanfiction, but people who, like, heavily push for canon ships, I usually am not part of that, because, like, let canon play out however, and don't force your ships on it. But RWBY and Penny always has been, like, one that I just really enjoy their interactions in general together. And it just seems to go well with both the characters, but... So I just enjoy seeing their interactions in general here. Especially this here, like, where they really get to lean on one another. So yeah, the RWBY group sort of makes their way up to Mantle now. Atlas, I mean. With the tube system, but... Beyond that, actually, did I just open the next episode or not? Strings! I remember, I wanted to have the thumbnail with Penny, so... Like, obviously, there is a really, really not at all subtle hint there of the whole "there are no strings on me," isn't it? Especially since Penny is inspired by Pinocchio. So that could potentially be like a confrontation with Ironwood, or whatever. If he went like, "Oh, like, you're my property," and like, no, I'm not. I'm a person. I don't know. Maiden blasts him in the face or something. I don't know. I would appreciate if that happened, but let's find out. And the 3, 2, 1, go. Oh yeah, right, opening? Yeah. I gotta remember that happens. But damn, that opening is so freaking great, I love it. And I'm definitely gonna watch some more of it later, but I don't need 4 opening reactions, if you know what I mean. So yeah, critically onto your own in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Black screen trashing. Oh yeah, the tubes.
Good.
I mean, if...
Because I never want to do that again.
I mean, of course, like, it's not made for people, so I figured.
You're up. Which way?
We'll cross the bridge, then go left, straight, left, up, right, straight, right, left. And my name is Penny.
Yeah, I guess some, leftover hostilities because of the whole, like, Penny versus Happy Huntresses thing. The elevator.
Squad captain knows what's going on up there. They can't get close to that storm without getting shocked right out of the air.
It's creepy. All those Grimm just waiting. Worse than if they'd attacked.
Hey, don't say that. We'll jinx us.
I just hope the CEO can get us some answers soon, or...
God damn it. But it's nice seeing the unease of the soldiers. Also, apparently that's not a glove.
Welcome back, Dr. Polendina.
Also, good job not provoking his access rights immediately.
Right? Where to next, Penny?
Right through Central Command. Do not worry. Ruby is capable of traveling at an extreme velocity from one point to another by breaking herself down to her molecular components, thus negating her mass, and then reassembling them at the destination, theoretically making it possible for her to transport all of us in the same way, as mass no longer matters.
I love that.
You can use your semblance on all of us.
Did Penny just figure that out before you did?
Like, she knew you were a faunus before I did.
True that, but also she carried people before.
Busy. Have you made any progress? I'd hate for us
Well,
to have
damn.
to be motivating you. Again.
Given what we're after, I've got all the motivation I need. Sadly, it doesn't make taking down Pietro's magical science project any less cumbersome.
Oh, I trust you can come up with something.
Oh, the trust is palpable. Speaking of the man, are you aware that dear Dr. Polendina is gallivanting around your military compound? Unless, of course, someone else is using his credentials.
A security threat has been detected in the compound.
Well, Penny being hacked was like kind of sort of the one thing everybody was expecting, wasn't it? Since you brought back the robot girl and an super hacker, so it's like kind of the natural path to expect.
And get us off this floating rock.
Wait, we can still succeed. We are so close.
So, less people or what's it? Not the.
Bill, read the never just pay attention. You're in
the overreaction.
Another thing I don't want to do ever again.
That was just the best scene. The dude just screaming. Also, number one dot. What? Well, that's a complete one-way trap. Worst case.
Where is everyone?
This is a highly classified area.
Don't yet.
Hey, Dad. I'm ready.
Wait, remote access is a thing? That's not good.
So I'm remoting into Penny's Calamity
See.
But it's not a good sign that that's even the thing that's possible.
I hope the others are okay. I've never seen Yang and Ruby fight like this.
Don't worry. They're sisters. Sometimes sisters just have
Yeah.
very different ideas about what's right.
I guess you'll need to hear that.
John's a great leader.
Why says, I mean...
Yang is more than capable of protecting them all in a fight. Oh, and of course Ren is,
The one person just happened to skip in that line, eh?
Every time I think the two of us are making progress, We've been together our whole lives, but I feel like I understand him less now than ever. And I don't know if that's his fault or mine.
When you've been at someone's side for so long, after a while they become a part of you. But that's just it. They're only a part of you. Don't forget about the rest.
I don't actually know who I am. Without Ren.
Aww.
Pretty sad, huh?
Well, maybe take this opportunity to find out. Do something only Nora can do.
Like what? Be strong and hit stuff?
I just have to.
Well, you might get your opportunity for that sooner rather than later.
When Penny gets to Amity, we'll run the launch sequence. Amity's computer will try to connect to the General's terminal, but get Penny instead.
And after the launch, I'll return to help you all with the evacuation.
About that, Penny. When Amity goes up, I think you should be honored with Maria and I.
But they need me here. Right?
Well, if you stay far out of Salem's reach, then she can't open the vault. She can't get to the relic. So...
Yeah, that's like now the main concern. As a maiden.
We should probably head to the hangar.
And hope that there's nobody on the other side waiting for you.
We all have to do some things we would rather not.
Hello, kids. Time to come home now, Penny.
So your
Really?
losing to us wasn't enough?
We were holding back.
We have all said some things we regret, but please, hear me out. I know you thought you were doing the right thing when you left with the Maiden Power, but Salem is here now. Things have changed.
If General Ironwood plans to leave Mantle behind, nothing has changed.
I thought you were supposed to protect the people, not hurt them.
I would never hurt anyone.
Well, Winter's in critical condition because of you.
And you repaid her by stealing the power that should have been hers.
But
Stealing it, eh?
power was the only way to
If you keep refusing to do the right thing, people in Atlas and Mantle are going to die.
You could stop all of this, Penny. Just open the vault, hand over the relic, and you'll save Atlas.
But it won't save Atlas. Salem will find her way to the relic no matter where you go. Once Ironwood opens the vault, the relic is as
One
good as...
more word, and I'm throwing you in jail right next to your uncle, Runt.
Leave her alone.
And what are you gonna do about it, Tin Can?
Tin Can, eh? You really want to fight her like 4-on-1? Because that might not go as well as you had hoped.
You will not hurt my friends.
Damn. I mean, 4-on-1 isn't easy at the best of times, still, though. Damn. Does semblance work in midair? But oh well. Come on, Nora.
Cowards. Penny's the Winter Maiden. I'm sure she can hold her own for a little bit.
I mean, she kinda does. No matter your jump cut there. And I'm digging the music too. Also, yeah, she can fly.
We have to get out there. Be strong and hit stuff. Nora, wait!
That's new, but I love it. I guess literally going Super Saiyan.
I can't.
That was pretty awesome.
Well, let's hope those aren't permanent.
Damn it! That was our chance! I need all available squads to converge on...
Wait. I have a message for your operatives.
Break her aura, perhaps?
But General,
We understand, sir.
Yeah, you need to be stop being thrown off the bridge the entire time. Also, you can't block them out.
Let's go.
Oh, okay. So the goal was to steal one of them.
Very suspicious.
You coming or what? All ready to...
She's in bad shape. We need to get her somewhere safe.
Just blowing a hole.
I'm so sorry. It is time for me to go, isn't it?
We'll see each other again really soon. I promise.
See, I just love the interactions. It's great. So, you know, just don't get hacked. Because the fact that this episode is titled Strings could just as well really backfire.
Well, you know what they say. If you can't beat them, then make them join you.
Or just end here. I guess that works too. So basically, the first half of this episode was just kind of having a blast. In a comedic sense again. Like, the freaking control though. Ah, that was awesome. So much about this episode was awesome. The fight was great. Like, less great that they got the, you know, the one of her blades. But I said it before, her being hacked was like, sort of in the stars. Since forever, since she came back, pretty much. Like, again, robot girl, super hacker. There's not that many paths this can play out. That does not involve her getting taken over at some point. And like, if it has to happen, I very much hope it plays out in the sort of sense that Penny's able to fight off the control on her own. It feels so horribly cliche to say it out loud. Like the power of friendship literally would be at play here, but in this case, it's sort of an established thing that, like, the question of whether or not she's alive. You know, she's a robot, but she has a soul. So could she fight someone taking control of her? Is an interesting question that I would very much like to affirm with an answer. Yeah, so they got the launch code now. Oscar's still sort of being taken. So it seems that things are going well, but at the same time, like, there's dark clouds looming at, you know, an entire swarm of Grimm. But I guess so. Episode 4. This time I actually remember to skip the opening. In the 3, 2, 1. Do we always have these black openings, though?
You should have seen the look on Joanna's face. I don't think she'd ever lost a fight before that. At least, not fair and square.
Well, she's trying to make the best of it.
Tough crowd tonight. Guess Ironwood should have paid for better cell block entertainment. And he smiles. Did I win?
Hey, it's your game. I don't make the rules.
I'm sorry for what happened. It wasn't your fault.
Yeah, bad luck and whatnot.
I made a deal with the darkness, and he paid the price. It's all happening so fast, but Clover wouldn't let up. Could have worked together against Tyrion if Clover just... But the thing that really stings, for the first time in a while, I thought, maybe I could be around somebody, anybody, without my semblance making it complicated. And now, it just feels like a childish dream. Gone, like everybody else.
You really need someone to get you through your angst.
I know a little of what that's like. When people are worried you're gonna sniff out their secrets, they tend to push you away. It makes a real connection difficult.
I never thought of it.
So I guess he's done his job, which is also not a good sign.
You don't get to keep that.
I didn't kill him.
You keep saying that. But it was...
Oh yeah, that means everything, doesn't it?
If you really want to know what happened, Mohawk, why not open the cell and take my hand?
If I open the cell, it won't be to shake hands.
Yeah, because you don't care about the truth. You just want someone to be mad at. Easier than taking an honest look at what side you're on.
Air, what are you doing?
Denial.
Well, that was almost exciting.
Yep. Wait, where's she taking him? I guess there doesn't seem to be a dark cloud of Grimm in that direction.
I don't know how much longer these bikes can stand the cold.
I'm really wishing one of us could fly right now.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, you can fly now. Good enough, honestly. Yeah, there's still that though.
Okay, not as nice.
Slowing him down. Hold on, Ren. I don't have much of a choice.
At this point I would ask if his semblance works somehow, but... Ow. Ow. Like, good job on his aura for holding on at all. Okay, sure. God damn it.
Did it just call for
God damn it, anytime music plays, it's just kind of want to stop and listen to it. Great stunt work. Oh, of course, that was here too. I will say, getting into this volume, I was not expecting a motorcycle chase. Once again at the point where like flying would be really good right now. Still a tough spot though. Ah, there's a dark cloud.
Oh, you've picked a fine time to...
Not another word. We're coming in.
Things are already bad enough after what you did to Father. Now you
I'm
want
in.
us to harbor fugitives too? Our family has a reputation.
That's what you're worried about? Your reputation?
I'm just saying that we've already lost all the house staff, and Mother locked herself in her room.
Maybe you haven't figured out what's going on, Whitley, but we're busy trying to save Atlas. Look, our friend is hurt. We just need a place to lay low while she rests, and then we'll be out of your way.
Fine. What do you expect me to do then?
This way.
Ruby?
I hope everyone's doing all right.
If you're worried about Yang, you could always try calling her.
That's the thing. I did.
Yep. I mean, you're kind of stranded, aren't you?
I repeat, if anybody can hear me.
Didn't even think about that, honestly.
We need transport back to Mantle.
Do you need to bring it along, though? I feel like that's just gonna slow you down.
We need to get out of this weather before the cold drops our ores completely. How much farther to the outpost? Ren, how much?
I don't know.
That was a solid image, too.
I thought you said you saw it when you were up in the air.
I did, before I had to cut myself loose to help you guys.
Yeah, you've brought that up a couple times now. Something you need to say?
Not really.
I feel like he's all he wants to say, though.
Hey, what is your deal?
Don't worry about it.
Well, I'm sorry things aren't going smoothly enough for you.
Guys, they're not going smoothly at all.
I hate to break it to you, but that's part of being a huntsman.
Are you kidding? We don't know the first thing about being huntsmen. We clearly weren't ready.
Guys, stop it.
Were we not ready when we saved Haven? When we took down a Leviathan? We got the lamp to Atlas.
And then we lost it. And after that, when we had to make real decisions, we got every single one wrong.
I'm not going to pretend like we did everything perfectly. But if we'd done nothing, things would be even worse than they are now.
I mean...
Possibly be worse. We are stuck out here while Salem has the lamp and Oscar. We've got no plan, no army.
We've got the Maiden.
And by keeping her from opening the vault for Ironwood, we're just trapping the whole city for Salem. People are going to die because of us.
So what? We should just give Ironwood what he wants? Abandon Mantle? You think Atlas is still going to be able to float to safety now that she's here?
I don't know. But these aren't the kinds of decisions we should be making because we have no idea what we're doing.
Okay, both of you, cut it out.
I'm just saying what nobody else wants to. We're in way over our heads. Ruby is barely more than a kid. I'm just an orphan from the middle of nowhere.
Ren,
You cheated your way into...
Oh yeah, that's the first that ever came up, isn't it?
You don't think we should be huntsmen? Fine. But I'm getting out of the cold. Still got a job to do.
Seriously, is your goal just to push everything?
Right now? Maybe.
Oscar, don't panic. We're going to be okay.
I feel like it might be an appropriate point to panic, though.
My long-lost Ozma. Found at last. So small, this new host of yours. It's a wonder my hound...
He did rough him up a fair bit, though.
It's been how many years since we saw each other like this, face to face? And nothing to say?
I'm sorry that
You can pretend, boy. But you're not fully him. Not yet, at least.
Nice try, though.
Well, perhaps you and I can have a better working relationship. Oscar, was it? The beacon relic.
Oh yeah, that's also a point I kind of forgot about.
School. If I know my Ozma, he has used some means of deception to hide its location differently than the others. I need to know where it is.
That's not something I know about.
Of course. You would keep that one guarded as long as possible. How about something easier then?
I'm honestly really shocked she doesn't know that.
The lamp is all out of questions.
Yeah, see, that's pretty much what I meant with he doesn't have all that many bargaining chips.
Lies come out of you so easily. Like-minded souls, indeed. One of you is going to tell me what you know. I don't much care if it is you or Ozma.
It's great that she finally calls him Ozma, though.
I'll finally have the relic.
I won't tell you anything. Hazel? Wait.
That was for Haven Academy.
That's fair. Like, not at all, I mean, but...
Everything that follows will be for my sister.
You get the idea.
Your Grace, What is that?
An experiment. So far, I am pleased with the results. Did you need something, Cinder?
Yes, I want to search for the Winter Maiden. I think...
Do you hear that, my pet?
Yeah.
She thinks. She wants. As if she's done something that warrants me caring about either of those things.
We're just sitting and waiting. Without the Maiden power, the Vault means nothing. Let me claim it for you.
I will tell you when and where you are needed.
But Your Grace...
I'd like to think I have shown a great deal of patience over my many years walking Remnant. But I do hate repeating myself. You will remain here. Is that clear?
Yes.
Again, she has such a surprising insistence
Without you,
on this, like, power, maiden powers, what have you.
I know what she said. I just want to check on something. We'll be back before anyone realizes.
And she's like stood up fly too.
Salem doesn't know those children like I do. They wouldn't just abandon their misguided attempt to save the world.
If she doesn't want
No, of course you will.
I'll come.
You simp.
I've been working on my semblance. I can help. I won't tell anybody.
How much did you overhear?
Like, if I was Neo, I wouldn't really care. Because I do not want the ire of the scary Gurma lady.
You're right, Ren. I did cheat my way into Beacon. And I'm glad I had people around me to help me see that I was bigger than that mistake. You've got people around you too. You don't have to force yourself to be strong. The more you hide from what you're feeling, the more alone you're going to feel. Trust me.
If anyone cares,
At least you have a shack, though.
the bike. So, yay! Good news. For what it's worth, I'm sorry he said that to you. I know you've had to work hard to get here, Jean.
We're all under a lot of stress right now. I used to push
Yeah,
me too.
actually. Kind of a dickhead back then, weren't you?
Do you think she thinks less of me for not helping out with Amity?
Ruby is your sister. She's always going to love you, even if you disagree with each other.
Yeah. Ruby.
So it wasn't about Ruby then?
I need to get some sleep, but I can't stop thinking about Oscar.
Go on. I'll make sure Ren doesn't brood himself to death out in the cold.
Thanks. I just have a bad feeling.
For Oscar, if so, yeah, absolutely warranted. Also, things seem to be about to get worse. Have fun with that. And such is the end, once again. Well, then, that's where we are at, huh? Yeah, so Oscar being tortured ever so slightly is not surprising, in the least, you know. It's more for like, what do you expect to happen? Them having a pleasant chat with Oscar just spilling everything? Probably not. I'm surprised she let Hazel in. Like, dude seems to be hell-bent on killing him, so that's like kind of the last thing you want right now. I know it's like sort of an whatever outcome because like you're gonna lose Ozma again at that point, but it's a huge setback nonetheless. But obviously, like so long as he's your prisoner, he's still also sort of lost to the others, so it doesn't even really matter in the long run. It's really just a loss in that sense to kill him. And that seems something that Hazel would do, so it's like, what you gonna do? But yeah. So, Ran is kind of gonna isolate himself right now because of everything. It's a tough spot for everyone involved. What to do, what to do. I honestly don't know, like, at all right now. They're trying to get Amity up, which is, like, fine. But then what? Like, you know, warn the people about Salem, which, again, I very much doubt it's a communication tower. But again, then what? Then what? Like, how are you gonna do anything against Salem in this situation? It's great that Cinder's splitting off from the party. Possibly without Neo. Because again, I don't really know why Neo would accompany her. Like in the way Neo's only goal, sort of, is to kill RWBY. From what I understand here. So, you know, it was more of a like working together with Cinder because they happened to share a goal, except their goal kind of didn't work out. And now she's stuck on the giant Grim Whale. So, that. But again, like going against Salem here at this point just generally does not seem like a good idea. At all. When you're still with Cinder. And like Cinder is very much signing her death warrant here. More and more. Which I'm still very much hoping to see. And not the fall into a bottomless pit way, because I called them out on that the very second it happened. Nobody who falls into a bottomless pit is ever dead. Prove me wrong. Anybody show me a scene where someone falls into a bottomless pit and is canonically dead, but with a show that has concluded, not just like for now, but done. Anyway, yeah. So there's that, Cinder. Like, I thought just Cinder is one of the characters who sort of has overstayed her welcome a little bit. And all the ways she could die, like, at this point, by Salem, by Neo, by Ruby, by Penny. So many ways. Of course, you know, Penny being hacked is still a thing. Whether she is hacked for Atlas' sake or for Salem's, it's also up in the air. Like, I very much doubt Watts would not sneak something in there. What's even the point of having, like, soldiers point their gun at him? As long as they don't know what he's doing on the computer, does it help you any? He could be sneaking in whatever there, but eh. Yeah, Robin sort of like trying to make the best out of being in prison with Crow and, you know, Jux. And like, you know, Crow kind of needs her right now. Not to be left alone to his own brooding, so that's good. But yeah, I'm so lost as to where we're going right now. I don't mean it in a bad way. I just genuinely don't know what we're gonna do from here on out. Like, obviously, Yang and Jean are gonna have to deal with whatever freaking Ice Grim is gonna come attack them now. Penny's off on her own, like, towards Amity. There's that. Again, still, most likely gonna get hacked at some point. There's a lot floating around, and I'm uncertain about just about everything, so... If nothing else, though, I am enjoying myself plenty, so that's great. Also, you know, how's Oscar gonna get out of anything? So much to look forward to, so little time, because, you know, that's all for now. But I'll see you around next time. Till then, bye.